Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 2. Last we left off, we were looking at this map that I got from an anniversary, a Waterloo anniversary book, and it had a bunch of maps and stuff. So it was pretty neat. I should have brought it with me, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think this map was in with the group that I found all that paperwork in. So let's start off. So it's both. So we got, this is the general choreographical plan to serve as an itinerary guide to the last campaign of Napoleon Bonaparte in June of 1815, taken upon the spot by Edward Rush Eng. So this is in English, this is in French, and the same thing here. We got explanation of signs in French and English. English and French, and then over here we have English and French as well. Well, so, I mean, people have gone over the Battle of Waterloo like 2 million times, so I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll just do it. So here we have Brussels right here. So we have Wellington sets up. He wants to stop Napoleon from getting to Brussels. So he's got his troops around this area here, right here. Not too far from La Belle Alliance, Waterloo. So that right there. So he's got troops spread out all along here. So we have Waterloo here. We're going to have Wavre here. As we go up, we've got Gambreau, we've got Lenay, and we got Quatre Bras here, and we got Charleroi right there. Now Napoleon crosses here at Charleroi, and he intercepts Blucher as Blucher's coming to meet Wellington over by Brussels. Blucher's coming this way, so Napoleon swings in and he has a decisive battle at Lenay, right in here. Now what ends up happening is, of course, we know that Napoleon trounces Blucher, but when Blucher retreats, he actually cuts through here to Wavre. He's going cross country here with Grouchy, with 1/3 of Napoleon's army, following to the right of Blucher. So you got Blucher's my thumb and Grouchy's my index pointer finger. So as we're moving like this. Meanwhile, Napoleon's taking his army and heading this way to Brussels now. So Grouchy is on the right side, right here, of Blucher. And as they get to Wavre, Napoleon, now at the same time Lenay is fighting. Ney is fighting here at Quatre Bras. So there's troops, there's one corps that's going back and forth, and it doesn't meet any of the battles at either Quatre Bras or Lenay. So this is kind of a stalemate right here. So Napoleon follows up and starts chasing the Brits to Waterloo. Meanwhile, Grouchy and Blucher are following this way down here until they get to Wavre, where Blucher turns and heads to Waterloo here. So Blucher's going from here across and meets Wellington at Waterloo. And then they do defeat Napoleon, and the troops end up retreating down this road all the way back to France, with the British following almost to the woods, and then the Prussians just keep chasing them all the way down. So basically, that's the long and short of it. This is a pretty good map. That's kind of a piss-poor explanation of the Battle of Waterloo campaign, but I don't have my books, and it's been a while since I've actually read anything on Waterloo. But basically, that's what happens. Wellington stops Napoleon here. Blucher comes to his rescue. Even though this battle here at Lenay was decisive, this was a stalemate here at Quatre Bras, and because Grouchy didn't cut Blucher off, it allowed Blucher to come to the rescue of Wellington. And what would have happened had Napoleon won Waterloo? We don't know. We're hoping that because Waterloo would have been a victory, the Allies would have sued for peace, but I don't think that was going to happen. I think that even though if Napoleon had won Waterloo, I think the coalition would have stepped in. They would have kept fighting. There's no way that they would have sued for peace because there was only going to be 2 little defeats of Blucher and Wellington, and you still had the Russians coming, you had the Austrians coming, and you had all the other satellite countries that were going to meet up and take care of Napoleon. So honestly, I think Waterloo was just the twilight dawning on Napoleon's empire. So what else we got? We went through all this stuff. If there's anything you guys want to see me go through a little bit more than what I did, let me know. I might be going through that stuff. And this was the other side of the posters I had up on the wall. So we've got the Warhammer side right there, and as we slide over here, this was the Wheels of Steel, and then you've got the Storm of Vengeance right there, and you've got a bunch of Bretonnian stuff here. You've got Inferno, the magazine, and you've got some Vampire Lords and Whites and all that neat stuff. Then on this side here, you had the Empire Wizards, Mounted Battle Wizards, Chaos Dwarfs, Lizard Men, Bretonnian, Morgan Le Fay. You've got the Orcs, you got Savage Orc Shamans, we got the Dragon, and we've got Wood Elves. Pretty cool. We got some High Elves, we got Dwarf Runesmith. So, we come over here, and this was the, what was this one? This one was Bretonnia. So this is the opposite side of the Bretonnian flyer. And we've got some pretty cool high elf stuff. We got some orcs and goblins. We've got wood elves. And we've got the undead. We've got dark elves. We've got Skaven. Chaos dwarfs. Yeah, chaos dwarfs. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy, if you can get a hold of that, I'll send you the money for that. The Chaos Dwarf Codex. Okay, so then we had this one here. What this one was? This was the, okay, this was the Warhammer one. This was the 40K one we had up. Right here. And this is the other side of that. So we have a lot of Warhammer Fantasy Battle stuff right here. Pretty neat stuff. Yep. All right, so what do we got? Here's a pretty cool book. Now, Shepard Payne did a lot of modeling for Monogram, where you had these, you got these little flyers in your Monogram kit, and these little flyers opened up and showed you for the military vehicles what you could get, which is pretty neat. So that was pretty neat. And then, like in the beginning of the first part of this video, it basically, we had what? We had these right here by Shep Payne, and these flyers would come in your Monogram model kits. And he actually has a fine scale modeler book, which is a how-to, and there's a few of these out. And this one's building and detailing Sherman tanks. And the dude's just an awesome model. He really is. And this is actually a pretty cool book if you can get your hands on it. It's building and detailing realistic Sherman tanks. There's your IS number right there. Right there, so if you want to look it up. There's also the website right there as well. And it's got all kinds of cool dioramas So if you wanted to take a look at this, it's got really neat pictures in here. So, perfect starter Sherman. So you add stuff to it. Aftermarket parts and supplies. Nice model right there. He really does an awesome job on these. Resin kits. Look at that. Pretty cool. "60 years of Sherman and 48 model kits." Imagine that. Look at that. Ain't that cool? So this book is, and then it has a picture of all these tanks that are here. So he's got 1 through 48 tanks in this little block of tanks, and then it lists every single one, which is really, really cool. So if you're going to pick up a tank on Sherman's, oh, you're going to pick up a tank on Sherman. If you can pick a book up on Sherman tanks, this is the one. Oh, man. Whew, am I hurting? Yeah, so this is pretty neat. So this is a cool book. And my love for Monogram models, man, that's what I grew up with. Airfix and Monogram. Even Lindbergh models, too. But Lindbergh models, I used to do a lot of ships. Aurora models, I used to do the monsters. So then we do have a, let me stay with this first. Let's do so the 77 catalog, right? So we have this. We got Payne's work there, which is pretty cool. And we got these guys here with the white box. Yeah, not bad. And of course, you know, if you like models, cars and stuff like that, they do have some heat. They did have some nice ships, which is pretty cool. So, planes are pretty neat. 148 scales were awesome. When I first saw the Battle of Britain movie, I went out and I bought every single Monogram model that had to do with the Battle of Britain. Spitfires, Hawker Hurricanes, Messerschmitts, Stuka. Look at this Battlestar Galactica. Now this is the 80s. This is the 80s. See what we got for 80s? We got dinosaurs. We've got Buck Rogers, which is actually, that's a pretty cool ship. Skeletons, trucks. And we got a few tanks. Not as much as in the 77 one. But we got a lot of cars. A lot of cars. All right. I even got that. I forgot what year this one is. 1980. So this goes with this right here. All right. So then we had the Gateway to Adventure. We went through this. This is Dungeons and Dragons. This is TSR. Snit's Revenge. Green things, really? Oh, look at this. The Dungeons and Dragons Collector's Edition 2002. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 202. That's not the date. That's the number for it. Wow. 3 books comprising collector's editions, complete set of rules for D&D, including trilogy and collector's edition special suited for those players. Wow. Okay. Cool. I didn't know they did that. So I don't think they're original. Maybe they're reprints, no? So you gotta be careful. I didn't know there were reprints out there. Wow. But I grew up on these here. These are the ones I grew up on. That, the basic sets, these, and this right here, this. Those are the ones that I played with mostly, with that Dungeon Master screen, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. All right, guys, if there's anything you want me to scroll through a little bit slower, let me know. This is the, I've got all, I'll do a catalog review on all the Games Workshop stuff that I have throughout the ages. So I can put that together real simply. So that I'll do that. And then we'll do that in depth. And I guess that should be about it. And then this was, I cut the pages out of a White Dwarf and put it together. This was Vehicles in 4th edition. So this is pretty neat. So this is the armored companies, and these are all the tanks. And I forget, I'll have to look up my White Dwarfs and find out where these came from, where that came from. But I must have tore up an old White Dwarf and made that. And then, of course, we got the black powder stuff. And that's about it, guys. So then we got the AFX catalog, and we've got that catalog there. So maybe on a separate one, we'll go through the AFX and see what we got for this date and time, wherever, or whenever that was. It's got to be 1980. It's 1980. So this is a 1980s AFX catalog, 17th edition. And then we'll go through that. But all right, I got to end it now. So guys, you take care of yourselves, and we'll do that there at a later date. All right, guys, you take care. Be good to each other. It's a crazy world out there. I'll see you out there. Whoa, peace. Ciao. Be good to each other.